Miss Davis, thank you for teaching me everything I know about vet these last 2 years. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
I would like to say my final goodbyes to Em, and I'd like to thank you a lot for the little things that have happened over my high school years. And that could be anything from going in to talking to you when I needed somebody to talk to when, we could go sit in there at lunch and have the silliest random talk. And we'd all be laughing. But the most I can say that I appreciate the most is that you have been there for me. Even though it seemed like the world was really small, you were always there. Thank you. Now, the next person I'd like to do is Mr. Chuck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I can say, is you have always been there for the school bus rides, the crazy talk, the support, and everything else. And calling me when Charlie always came back to the farm and told me he was home. And as you can see, he wants to stay. And he wants to say his last goodbyes from his new home. So, thank you. You guys are the best. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Chuck again for always being there for us kids here at the farm. And especially, when cows are out, Reba, Mocha, they all want to try to escape and go and play around the farm. And now I want to thank Miss Davis. I really appreciate everything that you've done, from teaching me to learn how to trust Reba to, showing and how, trust and cattle is very important. And for me, it's a big thing because when I first started, I would have never been able to be that close to her and able to trust her. And I've put it toward my other animals also. And for me, that's a big thing, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, and I'd also like to thank Mr. Davis, because this little guy right here would have not been broken, and I would not be able to touch him like I am right now if you haven't have helped me, and you taught me also a lot about how to flip and show alongside Miss Davis. So for me, I'd also like to thank you for being out here to support us kids also. So thank you, Mr. Davis. You're the best.
I would like to thank Miss Davis and Miss M for everything that they've done for me in the classes that I take with them, and the unforgettable moments that they created with us.
Raise your hand if you have ever been personally victimized by Chuck Jessup. Well, we all have that one thing in common. Chuck, thank you for your constant love and support and your amazing bus driving skills to conventions, competitions, and other field trips we have throughout the year. I am so blessed to have you in my life, and I hope to come back and tell you just how many earthquakes Oklahoma has had while I was there. Miss M, thank you so much for being a constant reminder that there are good and honest people in the world. Without your constant love and support, this chapter wouldn't have been the way it is today. I appreciate your constant smile, hilarious laugh, and all of your intelligent jokes that never seem to click with me until you explain them. I will miss you more than you know, and I hope you will come across each other again someday. Miss Davis, thank you so much for inspiring me to continue my passion for agriculture at New Smyrna Beach High School. Without your passion being demonstrated back in middle school, chances are we wouldn't have bonded like we did, became friends like we did, and have grown like we did. Without you being such an influential person in my life, it would be dull, boring, and more than likely very different than it is now. I appreciate everything that you do for me. From building a steer pen, taking me to shows and conventions, you have taught me everything I know, and you've made me into the person that I am. For that, I am forever grateful.
Thank you, Miss Davis, for always being like a second mom to me and laughing at all my horrible jokes, and thank you for always being there for me and giving me really good advice. Miss M, thank you for always telling me Mountain Dew and always being a bubbly person and finding a way to cheer everybody up. And thank you, Mr. Chuck, for driving everyone to MDC and the Ag Farm and always being the backbone to this chapter.
Thank you, Miss Davis, for coming to New Smyrna and completely changing our chapter. You've seen us all grow and improve as people and as a chapter, and I'm going to miss you and Saturdays at shows and events with you, the chapter, and mostly Tinley. I can't wait to come back and see how much more you've improved our chapter, our people, and our showmen. Thank you so much for just coming here, and we'll miss you.
So, this whole year or 2 years I've been here, I have been in Ms. Marsicano's class, and I chose this class because I love animals and I love learning about animals, and I knew Miss M from middle school, but not really socialized with her. She has inspired me, and she is like my mother to me. She's a great woman. She's independent. She's very beautiful, and I love her. She is the best thing that's happened to me this year. Ever since I went to another school, I came back. She put a smile on my face. She is the best teacher ever. Love you. Mwah.
I've had Miss Marsicano for all 4 years of high school in Ag Foundations, Aqua 2 and 3, and in AP Environmental Science. She has been a great role model for me, a great friend, and she's like my second mom. I'm going to seriously miss coming in every day for lunch and multiple periods throughout the day and talking to her.
Miss Davis, when you first came to the high school, I was really skeptical just because Miss Harper had been there for so long, but you managed to fit right in and called New Smyrna Beach High School FFA your home. Thank you for always being there whenever I needed someone to talk to or just to give me really good advice or rant about how much I love Alan Jackson. I'll miss you a lot. Mr. Chuck, one of the first impressions that I got from you when I was first coming into the high school is that you really cared about our program here. Over the past 4 years that I've gotten to know you, I've seen this be very true. Whether it's just taking our kids to the MDC or the farm, or taking us all across the state of Florida, you're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure the New Smyrna Beach High School is successful. We're really going to miss you. Miss Em, if someone were to ask me how I would describe you, I'd say sweet, caring, and funny. Over the past 4 years that I've known you, I've seen your dedication to aquaculture through the way that you've grown your program and your dedication to your students by always being there whenever they needed you. I'm really going to miss your funny stories, Rusty, and just talking to you every day.
3. We'll miss you and thank you for everything.
I spaced out.
That sounds weird. No, delete that.
Okay. Right now?
Hold on. Right? I feel like it sounds weird.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.